Is your computer slow like this? Then your computer might be in need of an SSD, and that's what we will be covering in today's video. Hi everyone, we wanted to say a massive thank you for all the support we've been receiving on Facebook and YouTube, and it genuinely means a lot to us. It has been a very difficult time for all of us during this pandemic with the coronavirus, and it has affected all of us with our daily, everyday lives. Now, as I've said in earlier videos, me and my fiance, we buy and sell technology and repair them and sell them on. And last year we decided to do something and make a YouTube channel. And it's been an amazing experience for learning new things that I never would have thought of. For example, DaVinci Resolve, video editing, sound. I never learnt any of those things, and I want to thank you, Adam, for that. All I learnt was how to fix a computer, how to, connect to a network and everything. And we do plan on making more videos in the upcoming future, and we've got plenty more content coming your way. We've got so much that we can think of that we can offer to YouTube, and it is going to be an amazing ride, and we can't wait to make more content. Now let's get on with the video. So this is a Dell Optiplex desktop that's being sold to a customer, and it's got an i3 6100, 4 gigs of RAM and a 1TB hard drive. Now we all know what a hard drive is, however if your computer has the operating system on the hard drive, then one of these will help. So today we will be installing a Kingston A400 SSD that was purchased on Amazon for £43.99, approximately $58 in the US for the 480GB variant. Now the benefits of having an SSD are significant compared to a hard drive. For example, they are generally a lot faster, more quiet, and they're also compatible in laptops depending on what variant you go for, typically a 2.5 inch, and I would suggest this is the first upgrade that you do on a laptop or a desktop if your computer does not have an SSD. Now there are some cons. For example, the SSDs are generally more expensive. However, through the past years we have seen that SSDs have become more affordable. There is also another thing, is that you cannot really tell when an SSD is going to fail. Newer model SSDs that are more premium do have functionality and features in them which can tell you when they're going to fail, but compared to a hard drive that you can see symptoms when it's failing, SSDs just died just like that. Another thing that's common is that SSDs have a general read-write cycles of 100,000 compared to what a hard drive has, which is normally over 1 million, so that's another thing to look out for. So talking about the PC that's having the special treatment, we're removing the Seagate 1TB 3.5 inch hard drive. I did cover a video a while back about how to get storage drives cheap. Now if you're looking for a storage drive just to store stuff, I've got a link at the top right of this video how to get drives cheap, and it will be definitely worth checking out if you're just looking for a drive just to store Steam games or files or videos or anything like that. Now back to the Dell. We can see that the 3.5 inch bay has not got a 2.5 inch slot, so what we're going to have to do, I will be using two-sided sticky pad tape to hold the SSD to the hard drive caddy. Now you can buy a 3.5 inch to a 2.5 inch bay converter, but for this Dell it's not really necessary as there's no window on the case and we can't see what's going on inside. So with this SSD, the Kingston, it's nice and easy to get open. There's no fussy stuff, no instructions, just open it up and bam, there's your SSD. Now that we've got the SSD installed into the Dell desktop, it's not all over yet. Because we've got a clean drive that's going into this computer, it's going to need a new copy of Windows. Now because the BIOS of this Dell is based on a UEFI format, we're going to have to install a UEFI copy of Windows via USB. So we're going to have to install Windows on a USB on a different computer to make it a bootable drive so we can install Windows on this Dell. So for quick demonstration, the three things that you will need to make a bootable copy of Windows is a copy of Rufus, the media creation tool from Microsoft, and at least an 8GB USB stick. So we're going to head over to the Rufus website now and install the USB creation tool. And you want to download it and put it somewhere on your desktop that you're not going to get lost. Ideally maybe on the desktop screen, and just put it out of the way. And next we want to head over to the media creation tool from Microsoft. I would only recommend installing it from Microsoft as there's a lot of fraudulent programs out there that possibly may give you a virus. And then we're going to load that up, and that's what's going to give us the Windows 10 ISO image. So once that's finished loading up, we want to click Create Installation Media for a USB flash drive. And once it comes up with the select language, leave everything as it is, click next, and you want to select create an ISO, and you want to save that somewhere that you're going to know where it is. Again, and it will take a while depending on your internet speed, how long it will take to install Windows 10. And once that's done, we will start getting the ISO ready to make it bootable on a USB drive using Rufus. Now with the ISO installed, you want to plug in a USB drive and load Rufus, and make sure that the correct USB drive is selected, as it will format the selected drive. Now next to the boot selection, there is an option called select, and you guessed it, we need to select it and find our copy of Windows 10 that we downloaded from the creation tool. Now with that out of the way, underneath there is a partition scheme. Now if your machine has a UEFI BIOS, then UEFI would be the best option. But if your computer does not have a UEFI BIOS, you want to select partition scheme to MBR, which will configure the USB to be installed on a non-UEFI computer, typically a Windows 7 desktop or laptop or before. Once you have checked everything, you want to hit start, and it will confirm with you if you want to format your USB. And once everything's checked right, you want to hit OK and start making the bootable USB. Okay, so now that we've got our bootable USB, we're going to start by removing it from the desktop and start unplugging my old desktop and putting the Dell on, and then we can start installing Windows. Now for this Dell, we need to spam F12 to go into the boot options, and then we can select the UEFI USB, which will be the SanDisk, which is what I'm using today. So with that out of the way, we needed to go through the Windows setup installation and then set up a partition for our brand new SSD, which was easy to do. So once all was installed, I did all updates from Windows and also installed Dell Support Assist to see if there was any drivers that needed doing. It did require a BIOS update, which I did do, but I would only recommend this if you urgently need one or if you have an experience of knowledge with doing BIOS updates, as if it goes wrong, it goes really wrong. Once all was done, I ran a cold startup and shutdown speed of how quick this Dell can start and turn off. So to test this, I ran a stopwatch test on my phone, and we are starting the machine from a cold boot. So just bear in mind, this SSD costs £43, and we've only just replaced one part in the machine. And don't forget that this machine has only got 4GB of RAM, and an extra 4GB can be installed later on. And the machine fully boots in 18.76 seconds, which is a significant difference when tested with a hard drive score of 47.32 seconds. So with the test speed of turning on the computer, I next wanted to see how fast the computer can turn off. So then we ran a stopwatch test on how fast the machine can turn off, and we received a score of 4.53 compared to what the hard drive was, which was 28 seconds. So far, I was impressed what a significant difference we were seeing with this cheap SSD, that I wanted to run Crystal Disk Mark for read-write speeds that we was pulling from this SSD, and the results were great. Also bear in mind that this is a SATA SSD, and typically NVMe drives are even more faster depending on what you go for. So the time came for me to pack it up and finish doing it up ready for the new buyer. Personally, if your computer does not have an SSD, then having one will benefit with speeds. It not only helps with powering on and shutdown speeds, but it will open programs and apps a lot faster. It can bring a lot of life to an old computer or even a new one that just has a hard drive. And it would be the first upgrade that I would do in a machine if I do not see that it has an SSD as a boot drive. Thank you very much for watching. If you like this video, give us a thumbs up, subscribe to see more videos along the way, and we do plan on uploading a video soon about how to play PlayStation 2 on your mobile, which will be exciting, and we'll see you in the next one.